Are you serious? Why does it always do this? That is
We're
so
live
weird.
though, it looks like.
Okay, let me see if I could just press the intro.
Do it.
It doesn't want to do it. Why does this happen to me and me only? I don't know why. But hi, Pete.
Hi, Kat. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry your intro didn't work as planned.
Yeah. Oh,
Did you
the
figure it
button. I
out?
have to press the button on the
Do
side
it.
of this.
Do it
Okay.
now. Go ahead.
Static crackles, the air feels alive. Chris and Kat on the mic, they arrive. Voices painting colors like a neon tide. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Vibes up high, let the good sheets grow. Vibes up, sharing positivity. Lifting hearts, inspiring unity. Chris and Kat with the spark we need. Vibes up, they plant the seed.
Hi, Pete.
Hey, we did it.
Did it. All right. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
This is why I can't do things on my own. I
it's
can't.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
We made it through it.
exactly.
It's
Hi,
official
Kevin.
now.
I got your boy. Yeah,
What's
got my
going on,
corn.
everyone in the chat?
Yeah, let's say hi to everyone first. Who do we have? Big homie in the house. Hi, Sean. Thanks for being here. This one I made earlier for you, Pete.
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me on.
Yeah. That one's for me. Hi, Kevin. You know Kevin, right?
Yeah, I see
Okay.
Kevin at all the local shows. He
Oh,
usually vends like Long Island and I know he's on White Plains, I think, with Baker.
yep. And Paul and yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. I'm coming. Hold on. Hi, Vance. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Real quick, Pete, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get to start? Because I know there's some people here that don't actually know you.
Sure. So my name is Peter, Garden State Pythons. I've been keeping ball pythons for about 12 years now. Just started out as a keeper and then kind of was like, hey, let me, see, if I can have a few clutches and kind of experience that part of the hobby. So kind of fast forward to today and been breeding on a small scale for 4 years and kind of more breeding for myself the first few years, and I think this year's the year where I was able to breed for myself still, but still breed some cool stuff for other people as well, and kind of focus a little bit more on that pet market, have that avenue as well as potentially, I guess, other breeders, next coming years or whatever. So
That sounds so amazing for you. And we're excited as well.
I
Hi, Sammy.
appreciate it. Sammy.
Okay, we got to get this out of the way real quick. Hi, Duval. Pete, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Before we get started, because I really want to get it out of the way because it's hilarious.
Okay.
First impressions are always the best. Are they not, or are they not?
Yes.
Okay. I first met you at Sammy's house. Tell us the story, how it went.
I mean, I think it went great, honestly. I was surprised at how tiny Cat was in person, as well as I was surprised at how tiny Sammy's room was.
Yeah.
Because in person it looks like it's really like long, but yeah. So no, I mean we had a great time. We did a little video of the reel, which was fun. Kind of broke me out of my shell a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. I think first impressions were great, and it's just good energies, and ultimately we're all just people who love something, whether it's tarantulas more so for you or snakes more so for me. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a fun day.
It really was. We got to, because Sammy was moving his snakes to his house,
Yeah.
to the new Pink Panther room.
Yep. Yeah.
And
I
it
think
was
he had half of his collection that we moved that day, I think, or maybe even more. I don't even know. It was 2 trips of snakes. So yeah.
yeah, let him know, Pete, I got 4 of your beautiful snakes.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yes, Sammy has been a big supporter this year for sure. You know.
For everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I gave him a freebie snake. You know, like he did offer. I was like, no, this one you want a little bit of this. Here it is, man. You know, so he's a good guy. So it was my pleasure to help him out that day also.
Yeah. Hi Kiko. Mabuhay. All right. I think we've reached everybody so far. Oh wait, hold on. Tell him jinxed me about the snake getting out of the bin.
Yeah, because I was
What?
like, Sammy, I'm like, the way you're packaging these or you're putting them in the car, I'm like, something has to get loose. He's like, no, I did a whole trip the other day, nothing got loose, 2 of them. Sure enough, like the first or second trip we did, I'm like putting the bin away. I'm like, Sammy, there's no snake in here. And he's like, but we found it quick. It was in the car still, luckily.
Yeah, that one was very funny. Oh, and then when the water came out of the bins in the trunk.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a boo-boo. Forgot to take the the water out. But hey, it happens, everything made it there, that's the main thing.
Exactly. We had so much fun. And that's what it's about. When you're in this hobby, you meet so many great people. And of course, there's some bad apples, but the most important part is when you meet these people and you get to vibe with them and you get to see what they're really about and not just on screen.
Yeah.
So when you go to these expos, you meet them, you make, you form these bonds. And
Yep.
how we formed a bond with me, you, Sammy, Kevin, and everybody. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
And so that's the positivity that we're trying to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So what's been your journey in this industry with being a breeder?
I think when I got in, there was still a little bit more of the mentality of like, holding on to all the information. But I definitely think now to come in, there's a lot of great information out there. There's people, putting it out there freely. And, I do think, just taking your time, staying on your path is just the best thing, because I think you'll always kind of, deviate towards what's, hot and trending. But I think you'll be a lot happier in the end if you just stayed on that path of making that animal you wanted to make. Like for me, like I just wanted to make like a Batman, that was just what I wanted to make. And I was like, I even said to my wife when I said, think about making that, and then like that's somebody's first pet. And it was great to do that with UCAT, because that was kind of like something I always thought would be cool, like my first one was, a lesser bumblebee, which was, I still have him, he's a great looking snake, but it's not, a yellow belly fire Batman, So, I definitely think it's just cool if we can push the pet industry that way, and expose people more to that than just what's like, in the pet store, let's say, or whatever. So, but I think that's my biggest thing is just I got out of that, like following what everyone was doing and just like focused on the animals I had and what I could do with them, and then kind of building at the right moments. So
yeah, and I like that you bring that out about the animals at the pet stores. And it's so important that we have so many breeders, because nowadays, even back in the 90s, when you get something from the pet store, what happens? A lot of bad stuff happens. You get an animal that you think that it's great, but then it comes sick. So tell us how breeding made a positive change for you.
So, I guess breeding just kind of gives you a little bit more appreciation for, just the process, creating something that, will benefit, you in the future in your collection, but, also if you're looking to, turn this into a small business of some sort, having animals that are going to be, eye catching to somebody else. And, I do think the pet market is more on that light and bright kind of like path. I think there are some people out there that maybe likes like the darker stuff, like you. I think you like a little bit of the darker stuff. So that's cool to see that there is that pet aspect where they do like the darker stuff, because I think if you're trying to sell to somebody, like the bananas are really cool, the pies, just stuff along those lines. But I think that's just kind of where I want to see myself grow. And then hopefully, I have some fellow breeders, because that's always kind of like a pat on the back when another breeder, really likes what you're producing. So, yeah.
Yeah. So when you go to these expos, what are the people asking you when they see you?
I mean, I just go to the expos just to talk to people and just, say hi mostly. So most of my talk is just kind of what's going on with their season, what are they breeding, did they add anything? Like the last time I saw, I think Kevin, I realized he breeds corn snakes, and he's been doing that for a while. Exactly. So just those are really the conversations, and then if you go to Tinley, I think my first year at Tinley, I was kind of reserved. I didn't really know anybody really. I was there by myself. And then the second year, I knew more people. I built more relationships, and then you go and do cool things like go to Mike's Monitor's house after Tinley and hang out there for the night or for 3 or 4 hours and see his collection and just experience that. So it just depends on what level you want to take it, but I think those are most of my interactions when I go to the shows.
Nice. Yeah, those are always one of the highlights whenever I go to a show. You see people or people that you've never met, only online, and then you see them in person. It's like, wow, you're tall. I mean, everybody's taller than me, but
yeah. Like KG from Bomb Projects. If you meet him in person, I even myself at 6'2", I was looking up at him. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. So, and again, even me meeting you, I was like, oh, she's tiny.
Yeah.
So,
but
yeah.
I love the experience of just finally seeing that person and then having that bond and just talking about what we love, and we don't have to fear other people be like, oh, you like snakes, or oh, you like, you know what I mean? Like when you go to these shows and when you actually become friends with people that have the same thing in common, you can feel a little relaxed, and you don't have to fear about anything as much, right?
No, 100%. And I think you feel that most at Tinley, just because it's like one of those bigger shows. There's a lot of influencers. There's so many faces that are familiar. Even if you don't know them, they're familiar.
Yeah.
I definitely think that that's why I would say definitely experience one of those big shows. Even if you go to Bob's show, if you're on the East Coast, Bob's show is a great show as well. So it'd be the same environment as a Tinley or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So backstage, we were talking about some of the holdbacks and some of your projects. What's something you would like to share about that?
Well, yeah, this season was an interesting season. I had a few animals that I actually hatched out my first season. They grew up and were to size, so they gave me a couple clutches. So I had my first second generation animals, which was kind of cool. I also did a maternal incubation. So I've been wanting to do that for quite a while now. And had 2 animals that were Posset puzzle, and Shed testing now, I could have shed tested them, but I was like, they were just up to size. So I paired them. She laid eggs, and yeah, 60 days later, after maternally incubating them, I had my first one pip, and I proved them out. The two pos head puzzles. Well, I got. I think I got two puzzles out of it, but one for sure. So
Wow.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was I was really excited. I'll actually pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah, it was I had bought these two posset puzzle animals from Matt and Jim at Ectothermic Dungeon about 3 years ago. And they just, I think I got the pair for like $175 or like $200. So it wasn't even that expensive. But yeah, I took a chance, and
Oh, look at that darkening.
yeah, I hatched out this little puzzle. It's actually a boy too, so it's perfect. But yeah, I'm not heavy into puzzles, so I actually sold the parents to Rich and Sarah at HJS.
Yep.
Yeah, so because again, like I'm a one rack breeder, I'm not gonna I don't think I'll ever go more than just one rack, and then the hatchling rack. But yeah, so to get into a whole nother project, I just didn't want to do that. But I will keep this boy and potentially do something in the future with him. But yeah, it was just cool to prove out the maternal incubation and go through that. So
yeah. So what's the age on it?
So this animal is about 2 months now, 2.5 months, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, this animal, like the mother was laying on this egg, so it kind of flattened out. It hadn't pipped, so I cut it open. And its umbilicus was a little wrapped, so I unwrapped it, and it had a lot of yolk to still absorb. So I just added water to the egg for like 4 days. It absorbed all the yolk and then came out perfectly healthy. So and took frozen thawed right away for first meal. I was like, let me just try. So yeah, for first meal. So it was good.
Yeah. So that's a question I have. So have you had any trouble switching from live to frozen?
A little bit at times. I think that's my own fault. I think I should have transitioned quicker. Like I think if you're trying to go from live to frozen thawed, or just an animal eating to frozen thawed, I think maybe do like 2 to 5 meals, live, whatever you want to do. I did notice that once I got them eating like live, like rat, like pups or something, they did transition to the frozen thawed much easier, because it's going from like a live like probably hopper, or let's say just small mouse, to a rat pup. So once they took rat pup, the frozen thawed shortly came after. But some it's like first meal, and then others you just have to, okay, I guess I'm just gonna go get some rodents for these animals this week. So yeah.
Have you ever heard of the vanilla extract method?
Yeah, I've heard of that. I mean, you can move them around in the rack system. Sometimes that helps. Clean their tub fully. But I've never used like really anything where I've added anything to the rodent to scent it. Most of the animals eventually they usually take, and I think I've had to assist feed like maybe 3 animals over the last 4 years. So, and not that I've have like maximum like 4 clutches a year so far. This year I had 6 clutches, but
okay.
Yeah. So only like 3 or 4 animals have I had to assist feed. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was your first experience switching from live to frozen? Like, what kind of feelings were you feeling? Like, were you afraid or?
No, I mean, for me, it's kind of like a relief in a sense, because then I don't have to, I feel like I can bulk that animal up a little bit more too, like, because when they're really small, you definitely have to feed them pretty consistently to have them like maintain that weight. So I feel like once they get on the frozen thawed, that just boosts it right away. So for me, especially with my holdbacks, just because I feed strictly frozen thawed, and just because it's easier for me, I feel a sense of relief, because it's just like, okay, one less thing I have to worry about. It's just, okay, is the animal eating, and do I have to clean its cage, and that's kind of it. So yeah.
True. Yeah. I'm watching your boy. He's not coming out, but he's just like popping his head in and out, and it's hilarious. I'm like, I can see it in the corner of my eye. It's just so cute.
Uh,
But that brings me to my next question. When did you realize? Was it always something that because of what you like, your preference, or did you always wanted to make Batmans and Spot Nose and stuff like that?
It was really just when I got into breeding. I was obviously a pet keeper, so I had a pastel clown girl, and I had a pied girl, and those were the only two girls that were up to size that I could breed. So I kind of just thought, okay, what at that time is something that interests me, and the Batmans were really hot at that time. So I know it's like kind of like an outdated gene combo, but I still think that there's always something you could do with it. And I think there's always someone out there that will appreciate that still. So yeah, I think that was just kind of where I was. I was like, okay, these girls, okay, I can go purchase a boy, because a boy you need a year. And usually they're up to size, depending on how what their weight is when you get them. But yeah, so that's kind of what drew me that way initially. And obviously now I'm just trying to put my own spin on things, but it's still growing stages, especially with like the double head stuff I kind of struck out this season. So trying to build that down the road will be important, but we'll see.
That sounds great. Did you notice like a behavioral difference when it comes to these different genes?
I really don't think. I mean, I do think puzzles do have that bit of defensive behavior to them. But other than that, I don't think that any other genes are will act a certain way more so than the other. I mean, I guess the Bumblebee, like I'll be honest, when I bought the lesser Bumblebee, I just really liked what it looked like. I had no clue, getting back into this, 12 years ago, that there was a neurological thing or whatever. He does have a little head tilt, but he's just a pet for life, and that's fine. So I think that's the only thing that I kind of learned after the fact, with some of that, and obviously the super spot nose stuff can have some issues, but yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that ever any of your worries, like if you sold to someone and they came to you like, oh, why is my snake doing this? Or was that ever your concern?
I think you always worry, especially when you ship an animal, something could happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't really think I don't really think you're gonna run into anything unless it's like a certain gene or gene combo. But other than that, I don't think I think most of the time your animals should be fine. And as long as you stay away from those genes that are, maybe less in demand or have those issues, you should be pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever like wanted to stay in contact and make sure your snakes are doing good with the people that you sold to?
I do, but I think I did more so my first couple years, but I don't know. I feel like there's a point where you just kind of separate yourself, and if they need something, like you've let them know that you could reach out. It was like the person that I sold an animal to yesterday. And if they need anything, they could reach out. But I think there's that little bit of sentimental value the first couple years, at least for me. And now, it's, they still all mean something to me, but I do see it as, okay, this is sustaining my hobby, more so. Like I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to, if it pays for my hobby, excellent. Yeah. If it doesn't, and I had to take a little bit out from someplace else, oh well, I still, love what I do and have. But again, I just keep it within my means, and I'm not looking to get huge. So.
Yeah, I think that's very humbling of you, because a lot of people out there, not a lot, but there's several that just they're in it just for the money, and it kind of saddens me a little bit because we're all in this together in a sense, and you
Yeah.
just want to see that these are living things. You want to see them progress as along with the person you sold it to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think whatever anyone wants to price their snakes at, price them at. If it's behind closed doors and it's like not on Morph Market, like who cares? That's what they value their snake at, and if that other person wants to buy it, then so be it. But yeah, I mean, to each their own.
Yeah,
That's all I
that's
can say.
yeah, in a way that's true. Yeah. So anything exciting coming up?
Honestly, not a whole lot as far as like reptile stuff. I mean, I'm gonna do my podcast on Sunday about just giving thanks to 2025 and
Mhm.
just things that I've done this year, experienced, whatever, people. Um, I'll probably make one more trip up to Nerd, probably early December, and kind of make that the last trip of the year. See Doug and Johnny and them. So yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
You're gonna record it?
I might do some more this time. I mean, I just did the centipede that last time when I was there, which was fun. But when they're all there, they're working and
Yeah.
so that was after hours. But after hours then means that I have to drive 4 hours home even
Ooh.
later. So yeah, I usually try to leave by like 3 or 4, so I'm home by like no later than 8.
Right.
But it's a long day. It's 4 hours up there, 4 hours back. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I really liked your Sunday videos. What was your motivation to wanting to make these videos?
I mean, I guess just kind of get outside my box a little bit, break out of your shell and just share kind of just thoughts I had. I think at a certain point, you kind of feel a little more comfortable to like share your thoughts, maybe, just comment on what's going on in the community. And yeah, so I started that. I did that for I've been doing this I guess for like a couple years now. Not very consistent, I guess. I was a little more consistent beginning of this year and then kind of fell off. But yeah, just to kind of get myself out there a little bit more. And then plus when you have animals, you could show animals off and
Yeah.
let people know what you have as well. But and then I have guests on occasionally, so that was kind of like a new thing I added to this year, which was fun. I think I had like a dozen or so guests on this year. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And
Yep.
you recently started Palm Street, right?
Yeah, I started Palm Street maybe like 3 months ago. I was actually at Retic Fest and I ran into the girl who was a representative from Palm Street that was there, and we talked. So yeah, so I got on Palm Street. It's been good. I've been doing my like sit down Sundays on there occasionally, and then I've only sold one animal. It's I'm not doing dollar bids, but I think I've been fair on my pricing, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I don't do shows, so I think it's just my way of doing shows in the sense. So we'll see where it takes me. Yeah.
Yeah. I am so happy that you're a person that is fair and understanding and so compassionate about your animals when it comes to wanting to sell and wanting just to show what you have. And I think that's very admirable of you that you think of the people and you also think of the animal. So thank you for your service.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I think Palm Street, that's the thing. Like,
Mhm.
it's like vending, I would think, but it's not, because there is like more of that like teaching while you're trying to make a sale in a sense.
Huh.
So but I kind of enjoy that. And sometimes people open up questions and other times they don't. But yeah, if you have like, I don't know, a dozen animals, maybe an hour and a half it would take you to run through them. And hey, listen, you saved going, putting gas in your car, I guess, going to the show to vend. But I still think it has some room to grow. I don't think ball pythons maybe are the hot market on there right now. I think the plants and geckos and stuff like that is a little bit more, but there's some good names on there. I know like Adam from Proper Royals is on there, and Jersey Guy Balls is on there, Brett. So I've been seeing them pop up, and I think Adam's been doing more like lives from his new facility. So, yeah. Hey, listen, it's another place to sell animals. I have Morph Market, so it's just like and that's the great thing is like you don't have to do lives; you can just have your shop on there. So I have my shop, and then when I do my lives, I just set up the auctions, which takes no time at all. And then if the animals don't sell, they don't sell, and it's pretty easy, like the process, because the buyer has to have like their credit card information already updated,
Right.
So as soon as they win, it's paid for, and if they don't have their information in there, you can restart the auction and the next person can get it, or you can give them a minute and they can change it. Oh, okay, it went through.
Right.
So it was pretty seamless the first time. The only problem is that like there's a little notes thing you can put up in the top corner for the like notes for the show that anyone can click on. Always put on there, please change your shipping information to your nearest hub, because the first person, the only sale I had on there, the guy had his home address. And I'm like, listen, I can't do that. And he's like, oh, well, hub, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it for you. So I went on, I found the hub. I said, hey, listen, change your hub to this. And he did it. And I was able to ship it to him. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's not always reliable when something goes to a house, because you can't guarantee that animal's going to come alive.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when like I don't want to sound old, but like there was a time where I had animals shipped to my house, sure, in like the like late 90s, early 2000s or whatever, but I would never do it now with my own animals. Like even now, like to come December, I'm not shipping at all. Like that's just me. If you want an animal from me, you pay for it in full, I'll feed it until January, but that's just me. I don't want to take a chance, even if there's a window, after Thanksgiving. I was happy to get the last shipment out on Tuesday, and that's it for this year. So,
Yeah. And even Morph Market sends you that notification, there's a warning of that late shipping or that late shipment. Like same Monday and Tuesday was my last day for shipping. And even on the right date, the person got it 2 days later.
Yeah.
So it's, even though it wasn't an animal that necessarily needed heat, but the weather was still good.
Yeah.
But still, you can't guarantee, like say you ignore the warnings, you can't guarantee everything.
Yeah. No, 100%. And now you have to think about like, okay, it's cold here, but you're shipping to some place where it's a little bit warmer. So you kind of still need a heat pack.
Yeah.
So yeah, and oddly enough, my FedEx information never updated. So all of a sudden I got an alert yesterday saying that it was going to be delayed till today. So I had to call. I got on the message board with Morph Market. They double checked. They said, no, it's ready for pickup. Tell her to go there. So I messaged her and she got it, but I don't know why it didn't update though.
Yeah, I hate that sometimes.
Yeah.
And those are some of the negative things that we have to face as breeders, as sellers, as vendors, is that although we wish good and we want the company of the shipping to go well, that's something that we have to face, is that sometimes it's not going to go well and there's going to be delays. And that's another thing we have to tell the customer,
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I haven't had any packages delayed, but it does stress me out every time. I mean, all these animals, you produced, they're something that you made. So I still get nervous, and I don't know if that ever goes away. It probably doesn't, but I think you just get more comfortable with the process and just knowing what to do, and that's all you can do. So
yeah. So we're almost nearing the end of the year, but we're still in November.
Yep.
But what are some goals that you have for the new year?
My goals for the new year.
Put you in the hot seat.
Well, I guess just slightly refine my collection a little bit more. I think like I said, I was able to make some cool animals this year. I still have some other animals that, I can work into some stuff down the road. But yeah, I think just refine my collection just a little bit more. And yeah, and then just I just think be mindful on my on possibly breeding some rodents for next year for hatchlings. Just for hatchlings, because I kept track of everything I spent on just live, and yeah, and I think it was like $600 or something through the hatchling season. So that's once I get them all frozen thawed, like. So I think just trying to save myself from going to the pet store and dealing with that, just breed some mice, or maybe like a one colony of ASFs or something like that. And yeah, I think that would be beneficial. I always knew there was value there in breeding your own rodents, but
Definitely.
I just don't want to take that time. I respect what you guys doing it, but I just don't have the time. And I just don't want to put my energy into that just to enjoy my animals. I'd much rather order from Cold Blooded Cafe and, enjoy them at my doorstep the next day. So,
yeah. So that you posted something about that, didn't you? Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've just when I was a kid, I go to the reptile shows, pick up frozen thawed there. And yeah, when I got back into reptiles, I realized, I could order from Cold Blooded Cafe and they can get shipped to your house. So I just been doing that ever since. And when I had the podcast with with my old co-host, we had Desiree as a sponsor, which was great. And yeah, I just had built a relationship with her and support what she has as a product. And so yeah, so just always easier for me. That's just all it is, and teach their own. But yeah, I could definitely see like I said, just a small scale just for hatchling season. But I also think for me, I'm just gonna stick to like 4 clutches a year for a little while. And like this year was a little bit much for me. And then yeah, I think I'll be in a better place, and then maybe up the clutch count again. So
yeah, Cold Blooded Cafe is one of our sponsors as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Hey, Justin.
What's up, Justin? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a staple, right?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, everyone loves it. It's amazing. Yeah, it's funny how people have certain signatures, and it's cool that when people go to these shows and stuff like that, there we go. See? Yep.
And go support Justin. 15 minutes lame.
Right.
Coming up soon.
Yeah, and RWO guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel very, what's that word that I want to use? When I go to these shows and I see all these vendors, I look for a certain thing in a person. I look for their humility when it comes to like just how they are as a person. And when I meet that person, I want to know if they transfer that humility into their animals. And when you see that, you know what kind of person they are with their animals. But have you ever faced like a customer or something else where you're like, you're not sure you should sell to that person? Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, I don't know if you ever really know if it's a bad or a good sale initially. I think that maybe something like, for instance, I had an issue where it was like I allowed a payment plan, and then it turned into like a couple more payments to make the payment plan completed. And that could have been a red flag. And maybe I should have just said, you know what, I don't want to do this, whatever. And then later, like a few months later, the animal died because of something she did. So like, and that was one of my first animals I shipped out. So like from one of my first clutches. So like those are those moments where you're like, how could you have known? But it definitely, like those are kind of little things. Yeah, like you don't ever really I think know how it's going to be until a little bit into the process, because most of the time it's just like, oh, I'm interested, and then hopefully they send money, within a timely fashion of some sort, and then after that, just small communications. But yeah, I just think if you're going to make a sale, or if you're going to make a purchase, just make sure it's the right animal for you and your projects, or you and whatever you're thinking down the road. But yeah, I mean, there's really no way to tell if something's going to go bad or not. But yeah, all you can do is trust people. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Nobody really knows how everyone keeps their animals, other than they can just show you what they have or whatever, but yeah, it takes a lot of trust. It really does. Even to like go onto a site and purchase an animal and then ship it to somebody.
That's true.
Like, yeah, the lady I sent to yesterday was her first purchase on Morph Market. So she had no clue that it normally got shipped on Tuesdays and you pick it up Wednesday morning. It's even in my seller's agreement. So all of a sudden I was like, hey, it's going to be there tomorrow. She's like, I have to work. I can't pick it up till 3:00. So she picked it up at 3:00. The animal was fine, but I had to say, okay, just, it's no problem. The animal should be fine. But, just per my seller's agreement, just take a look at it so you understand. And, but she was very nice about it. She said, it's totally my bad. I'm a first time buyer. And I did check. I was like, oh my gosh, she is. She has no purchases and like 2 inquiries. So, but she was really good. I said, okay, here's my Zelle information, boom. And she was very pleasant and nice with the process. But yeah, those little things where look at like someone's seller policy and, see how that whole thing is set up is important, for both ends. So
yeah, totally. That's always nerve-wracking. Oh, forgot to take down the comment. Magandang gabi, mabuti. Kamusta? Adrian, he's one of the most positive people as well.
Yeah, today's Pancreatic Awareness Day, so I figured I'd wear Brian's Be Kind shirt today. So
oh, that's awesome. That's great. Have you met him before or no?
I did. I met Brian. I actually helped out with the Reptarium expansion 2.0.
Wow.
So
what was your experience?
He was honestly such a nice guy. I got there like maybe 2 days before Stuart from Universal Rock and all of them showed up. And yeah, I hung out with him and Jay like the whole day before and just helped them kind of prep some stuff. And yeah, just very gracious guy, walked me around, took me down to the dungeon. I got to see RJ and meet Rico, the Yellowtail Karibo. And yeah, it was a really fun day. And definitely one I'll always remember.
Wow, that's awesome, man. I love hearing those stories about Brian. That's one of the coolest things. And I mean, some people never really got to meet him, and then hearing other people's story that when they got to meet him, like that's as close as you can get,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, obviously the vlogs were like amped up a little bit, but definitely a very gracious guy, and he definitely extended his time, throughout the day when I was there. So it was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So ball pythons. Have you ever thought of working with a different animal?
Yeah, the only thing I've thought about recently were the house snakes, because they are same, region. I could keep them in my rack system, probably in my 1065 would be perfect for, like even an adult. So, that's why I got involved with Reach Out Reptiles Patreon and went to Retic Fest, because I know Garrett's got into house snakes recently. And the guy from Bushveld was going to be there as well. So yeah, so maybe down the road I'll do that, but you know what, I kind of feel like one species is good right now. I'm kind of just starting to come into some animals that I've been wanting to make for a while and hold back and grow up. So but yeah, maybe down the road, or at least get something that's just a pet that's not a ball python.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong?
My corn snake is in my shirt and
Ah,
it's
okay.
tickling me. Yeah, rat snakes are, I like the northern rat snakes. Because house snakes and rat snakes, are they similar?
um well, house snakes don't get that big. They like max out at like 30 inches or something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's a an African species of snake. So again, it could be in my ball python room. I wouldn't have to change, the temperature
Oh.
or whatever. So that's why I was thinking about it, because I don't have another room where I could devote something to
Mhm.
at least if the humidity and the heat needed to be a certain way.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why I was thinking the house snakes. But I do like the larger colubrids, like the caribos, stuff like that, the beauty snakes.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that down the road. That's a fun part about going to Nerd. You get to see
Yeah.
some stuff like that. But we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time to make a good decision. Even a monitor. I'd love a monitor one day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially going to Mike, seeing some of his Varanus stuff is
Yeah.
yeah, maybe down the road, but I want to have like the space for it, so I know, like I can have the best environment for it as possible.
Cool. So I have a pop quiz for you.
Okay.
All right. Cribos, what are they most known for?
I'm gonna say musking.
Good guess. Yes.
Yeah, I
Good
don't
guess.
know. Okay.
But their number one what they're known for is pooping.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
crazy amount.
Yeah. I know the what is it? Is there a Tiger King snake or something like that? Am I wrong? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of those larger ones seem to poop or musk, but I don't know. I guess you just hopefully get it as a baby, and
Yeah.
you handle it enough. So
Yeah, it's like king snakes and corn snakes. The more like from day one, they'll be used to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like in a way, rack systems, they do kind of like put the animal away, so there's less interaction more frequently, than having them in the glass cages like yourself. So yeah, so I just think, I also like to have something nice like a Toad Ranch cage or something to that, a Vision cage, so those would be the ideal caging, so I can actually have it out and see the animal all the time.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about building your own enclosure?
Yeah, I think I could, and I want to work with some Zoopoxy soon. So I always liked Brad's bioactive builds, watching his channel. So I definitely think that I probably would build something potentially, and work with the Zoopoxy.
This is from yesterday. Pop quiz. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that yesterday in my show. So Crocodile Cam was on my show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On my show, I play games, and so I said to Cam, do you want to play a game like Saw, like the movie Saw? That was hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious. So that's another good thing about getting into the hobby when you have snakes and other animals, is that you have that freedom to build your own thing.
Yep.
Like, yeah, of course you have the industrial Vision products, but you also have the choice to make something and, be your own person. Like,
yeah.
I have, okay, the enclosures for chameleons, they're like, I'll just show you.
Yeah, I mean, go check out Brad's channel, Brad's Bioactive Builds. I mean, what he does, I mean, it's all going to the Home Depot, picking up stuff, building it out, and then he buys the Zoopoxy, which is like a two-part, like almost like a Play-Doh type epoxy. And you can put textures into it, you can do whatever, and then it hardens like a rock, and it's basically zoo quality. It'll never break or get destroyed at all. So,
Right.
oh, okay. So that's
Okay.
like a screen cage.
Yeah. So you know how these are for chameleons and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I cut out like the other sides. I cut it out, and
Yep.
you know how the door opens up like the front way. So I thought, what if can you see me?
Yeah.
What if I make it so the door comes out this way, down instead of up? Because a lot of animals, they get that fear of if you reach over the enclosure, they get that fear of, oh, it's a predator.
Yep.
So I want to make something where I can turn this and put like acrylic or something and then have the door just open.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
no, I mean, I agree. I think that if you look at any cage designers out there, they're everything's front opening. Really, there's nothing that's reaching in from the top like a fish tank. Let's say.
Right.
So I definitely think that if you're gonna have something as a pet in tight some cage, do an Exoterra, do a Vision cage, do something along those lines, and that'll that just makes it more comfortable for the animal. 100%.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Or they could just live in your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So Pete, this has been your first time on this show on a podcast, really. Well, not your first time, but how was your experience here?
I think it was a great show. I appreciate you having me on. It was great chatting, and if you ever want to do a round two, I'd love to come back on.
Oh, absolutely. And everyone in the comments have been always great, and I feel like the more we get people circulating on other people's podcasts, and we get to talk about the importance of being in the industry, whatever it is, I think it's going to help a lot of people with accurate knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, that was the last.
Yeah, I mean, even for me, like, I might jump in the podcasts here and there in the chats, but most of the time I just kind of listen in. I'm doing something. If anyone ever has any questions or whatever, feel free to reach out. Instagram's really the easiest way, and more than happy to help out. So
yeah, thank you so much. But I do have 2 or 3 last questions for you.
Go for it.
No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, if there's a podcast that you haven't been on, what is one that you would like to be on?
I feel like Mike from Herp Collectors. I feel like he's got a good vibe. I feel like it would be a good show with Mike. Yeah. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to his show in a while, but I haven't been doing much of social media or really YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like listening to Mike. I mean, I listen to a lot of people, but I think Mike would be a good show.
Nice. Yeah. So I forgot what's his handle, but Jose, guys, help me out.
Edge of Pandemic?
Is that his handle? I'm so sorry.
He's got the red background usually in the show.
I don't know.
He just started the Unhinged Man on Sundays.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's him.
Okay. Yeah. So, wow, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. I think you would love to be on that one. Like the next few ones that are coming up, those Jose's doing such a great job. I love those types of like topics where we can actually feel free to not express everything, but I feel like these podcasts are going to do great things.
Yeah, no, I listen. I listened to the first. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to about half of the first podcast, and I think it's especially the four guys that were on there for the first show. I think it's going to be a good show. I do think it's kind of true that like guys kind of just absorb stuff, and maybe just they don't have an outlet all the time, and sometimes those moments get too much to handle, and you're able to push through, and then sometimes it's a little tougher. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good show. I don't know what else they have planned, as far as topics and whatever. But yeah, it was a good first show for what I watched, and I definitely think everyone should check it out.
Yeah.
Jose's a good guy too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so knowledgeable too.
Yeah. He's been, he was like out there for a while, and then he just kind of went silent, and now he's back, and he's doing a little bit of snakes, but now doing this, so it's cool.
Yeah. So what's something that impacted you when you first got into this hobby or industry?
I guess for me, because I was just like a pet keeper for so long, was just honestly just Brian, just finding him on YouTube. He was a familiar face from like Venom Hunters on Discovery Channel and stuff like that. Back when I was a kid. I hate to say that, but yeah. So yeah, I think just finding Brian, and then just kind of like developing everything out of that. Once I started the breeding. So
That's beautiful. And if you could give a certain any type of advice to a newcomer, what would you say?
Just take your time. I mean, that's all it is. Take your time, and as hard as it's going to be, because it'll be hard, just like pick a path and stay on it. And I'm not going to say that, I was on that path. No, I deviated too. But I'm telling you, if you could stay on that path and just do what you want to do, and take your time with it, it'll all work out in the end. You'll make that animal, and then you'll probably make something even better, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And is there a dream morph or gene that you would like to work with?
I think more so at this point, I'm still just shooting to make stuff myself than really work with anything new. I think I'm kind of happy and content with where I'm at. But I do have a little credit with Bob at Bob's Balls, so maybe some voodoo, maybe some voodoo. Yeah, I don't really have any granite type genes, so I think maybe that might be the gene, or the couple like nerd-esque genes like Fader and Odium. So
First time I've ever heard Odium. What does that even look like?
It just gives like a speckling almost to the animal. I'm not very well versed in that, but Fader is more of like, it just kind of fades out the pattern from the sides, more from like the belly to the back or ridge of the snake.
Okay.
And then Lucifer is like a line of fire. So, but I think RGI is working on some shed testing for some of these, so we'll see. But yeah, I think voodoo might be a good option. Just try to work some granite stuff maybe in whether it be to my clown stuff or something else.
Yeah. Okay. Can you make your own your own name to a certain gene? Like, I created this and I want to name it Black Tea whatever. Like, can you do that?
Listen, if you can somehow figure out that you are the first one to make that combo, sure, you can. But I don't really think, I think there's maybe times where it works out, and it more so seems like Justin just makes those. But I think because he's at the forefront, and it's just kind of been that way, which is fine. I don't have any problem with it. But yeah, or you find a dinker gene and you work that for a while, and you're able to then name that gene. But I think be realistic, with the name,
Yeah.
I don't know. Kiki, as much as I understand the name, it's just a weird name, to say this gene is a Kiki, like, I don't know. So, but yeah, to each their own.
I guess so. So, but what about you? If you could somehow make something your own, what would you call it? Mm.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of variables there. I mean, you'd have to like give me a description of what this animal would look like, so I'd have something to go off of.
Okay. So here's a question that
Okay.
aligns with that. What is your dream project?
I think I'd kind of want to shoot for maybe because I'm really I'm still working with Pied and Clown I've wanted to work with, and now I've just added Hypo. So I'm thinking like maybe the triple recessive, and sprinkle in some other genes in there, whether it be like I really like what Leopard and Confusion do together. So maybe do like some Leopard Confusion, Hypo Pied Clown or something like that. But yeah, anything triple recessive with some codoms would be what I'd be a dream animal, I guess. But I'm still a ways off of that. I only have a couple double visual animals and visual het animals. So, but it's okay. That's a nice thing. You always have something to shoot for. So
Yeah, that's true. Are you going to be at White Plains this Sunday?
Possibly. I might have to drive to Oaks to sell an animal.
Oh,
But maybe. So I don't know. If I don't go to Oaks on Saturday, I will be at White Plains on Sunday. Yeah.
Demi and I are going to be there on Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I usually try to get there early because parking becomes a little ridiculous and sometimes the line gets a little crazy. So yeah. I'll probably be there like 9 or 10 whenever it starts.
I'll let you in, VIP.
Oh, you're vending, you said?
No, but I get VIP.
How do you get VIP?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Hold on. It's got to be Kevin.
No, it's not Kevin. But if he wants to, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, it's an arachnid friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. What? Oh, okay. I'm like, who said that? That Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. I like this. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I might want to try to vend that show that Rich and Sarah did, where you and Sammy came down to in Jersey.
Yeah.
I know they're doing that show, I think, in like the early 2026 again. So maybe I'll consider it. But again, that's just another investment. So I don't know if I really want to, invest in the setup to vend, 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see.
I like this question here. If Snakes has social media, what would your snake post about all the time?
How all my bananas have no spots.
Hi, Jamie. Okay. How what?
I don't know. How all my bananas have no spots.
No spots?
Yeah, because I have gene combos that just eliminate the spots. I don't know.
Right? That was a dope question. I like that. That was a really good one. Patrick? Patrick's here? I don't see his comment.
Patrick from North Florida, cold-blooded, was helpful when I did the maternal clutch.
Wait.
Because I know he does a lot of maternal incubation. So I hit him up, kind of got his thoughts on things. So.
Okay.
What's up, Macklemore? Patrick?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here. So they would be hating on you. Oh, dang. That's awesome, Pete. What genes eliminate spots? That's a good
So spot nose eliminates the spots. I don't actually know what other genes do, but definitely spot nose does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I hatched out a couple banana girls this year because my boy was a female maker. So now I have some nice bananas to grow up for the future.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Do you know? Oh man. I forgot his name. Never mind. But anybody at the shows that in the East Coast that we've been to, do you know any of the arachnid people?
I don't know anybody personally. I mean, I know of people like Tarantula Cribs, or like I do watch some YouTube stuff with like like the Dark Den and Tarantula Cat, as well. So and then now so yeah. But I had tarantulas when I was a kid, so it's always kind of piqued my interest. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How
Yeah.
am I now just finding this out?
I have my little secrets, I guess. But no, I mean, I was very basic. It was like, like a pink toe and a striped knee, maybe a rose hair at one point, nothing major. But again, yeah, I mean, it's always interested me. And, that was why I held the centipede with Johnny, last time I was at Nerd. So yeah, I have an appreciation for, like, I was a very mixed keeper when I was a kid. So I have appreciation for a lot of stuff, but yeah.
Okay, now you just blew my mind, and you have to come on my show because I have a ton of questions to ask you.
All right.
But wow, Courtney, you are coming up with the best questions, so I'm going to extend this 15 minutes. What's the funniest feeding moment you've ever had, Pete?
I think it's just like that moment where the animal takes the tongs, and you just have to either A, you can close the tub, or B, I actually was feeding a hatchling and I couldn't close the tub. So I had to sit there for like 10 minutes before the animal unwrapped from the tongs. But yeah, I would say that's really the only more comical, like you're like
Yeah. Or this one, Max says, the snake cuddle the rat instead of eating it.
Yeah, so I actually have an animal that just transitioned to frozen thawed, and for some reason 2 nights ago, instead of biting it, it just like wrapped it with one coil and then just looked at it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it. And I came back later and it was gone. So I don't get it. They're weird like that sometimes.
Yeah, that is hilarious. You know what too? I don't know if you ever had a leopard gecko.
Yep.
Tell me, has this happened to you? So I'm babysitting a leopard gecko right now. You give them food, they want food, and all they do is just stare at it for like 30 minutes.
I'll be honest, like I feel like things have changed so much for lizard keeping from when I was a kid to now, that I really don't know a lot of like the new stuff with that. Like that's why, like, I stick with ball pythons. I have my knowledge in that, even though the times have changed, like I've just kind of adapted with it. But yeah, I feel like even the feeding, it was like so cricket heavy when I was a kid, and now it's all like dubias and like gummy worms and yeah. So yeah, it's all changed. I honestly don't know what's the best setup. If I got into a new species, I'd be a noob like everybody else, like just trying to do my own research and figure it out. But yeah, and I feel like some of those animals are just, it's like picky almost sometimes.
Yes, for real.
Or they're like waiting for it to move. It's like it has to move before I attack it.
Yeah, right. Like, hello, flashing lights.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. Even when you're feeding frozen thawed, you're like, I'm shaking it. Come on. Yeah. You're interested. I know you are. But yeah.
I don't know if this is a good question, but I always ask people, have you ever tried to debrain the prey and try to give it to the snake?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
So I'm the only weird person that. Okay, never mind.
No. Yeah.
What is this? The Rennick reptile shirt.
Oh yeah. So I gave Dave Levinson a shirt at Tinley this year, and Dave had like a handful of like vintage Ben Riddick shirts. So he kindly gave me one in return, and
Oh,
it's only like a medium. I'll be honest, I did put it on once, but I was like very careful to take it back off. But
okay.
yeah, so it's too small for me to wear, but I figured it was a good piece to put on the podcast wall and add to it. But yeah, so I appreciate Dave
Cool.
for giving me that shirt, and it'll be in there for forever. So yeah.
That's awesome. Pete, what is a new species you would work with?
We talked a little bit earlier about that. Maybe some house
Yeah.
snakes. Maybe just get something like just as a pet. Whether it's a monitor down the road, or maybe just a colubrid of some sort, like a larger colubrid. But yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that, Mark. I'm so sorry, Kyle.
yeah,
Every time I hate when that happens. I'm so sorry, Kyle. That he
yeah.
has a white-lipped python from Van Riddick.
Yeah. And I actually just found out recently that the albino anacondas that Megan had, those were from Ben's original, I guess, albino anacondas or T positive albino, anacondas. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, just remember the people that kind of started some things in the hobby.
You know what? This is actually interesting because I always get this confused. How about children's pythons? I hear that all the time.
Yeah,
What
they're like in
gets,
like spotted pythons, children's pythons, is it carpet python? No, I don't know. But yeah, they're just like a very small, I guess maybe like 3 foot max, kind of
really?
python.
A
Yeah, it
python?
doesn't get very large. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd want something completely different, like kind of head structure than a ball python. And that's why I like the larger colubrids. They're just kind of more impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've looked it up on YouTube, on Google, and everything that comes up that I'm like, is this a regular ball python or is this? So I'm like, what? Or is it a boa, the sand boas? Because they look like sand boas. I'm like, what is this?
Sandboas have come a long way. There's like now like there's morphs of sandboas, which is crazy to me. Like, back when I worked at a pet shop when I was a kid, it was like a rosy boa, and that was
Mhm.
it. Like that was your only choice. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Um, if there's any more questions, guys, because I'm gonna wrap it up at 8:15. Because earlier I was gonna wrap it up and then boom, 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 question, question, question. So that was amazing. So thank you everybody for that. But yeah, we'll go until 8:15 because I told Pete until 8 o'clock.
Oh, no, listen, this is perfect. Like I said, this is a good show time because I'm usually in bed by 9 because I'm up at 4 every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were like 7. I was like, yeah, I can make that work. I'm eating dinner now. I got a little time to relax and do some
Hmm.
snake stuff. So yeah, no, I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much. And great show. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you. Everyone here, I don't know if there's any newcomers, but please, guys, go check out also Markham Reptiles, Kyle. He's got some great stuff too. We all support each other, so that's awesome. You know
Definitely.
Kyle.
What?
Do you know Kyle?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, great.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry you couldn't meet Chris, but Chris wants everybody to know that he loves everybody. And oh, see, one more question. Any thoughts on getting another tarantula? That was my question.
Yeah, no, maybe one day. I think I'd want to try to like do some type of bioactive, maybe like something that burrows though. I really think that that intrigues me more. Burrows and webs a lot, like because I think when I had like my rose hair and my stripe knee and stuff, they didn't really like web a whole ton. But I think having something that webs a lot but is terrestrial, like or like likes to burrow, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. So depending on species, if you want something that's fossorial, that digs and webs a lot, the Heterocragus gigas, it's an old world But get this, they are also fish hunters. So if you set up something like a 40-gallon or, something tall, like the Dark Down, he did something like this, but it was just a tall enclosure.
Yeah.
But if you get like a 40-gallon and you fill it up like slanted, so you have half water and then half land,
Yep.
you could put like a little pond in there with little guppies or whatever. And well, I wouldn't say guppies, but certain types of fishes. And you will see like the whole line of like how far it digs. And then you can see like the whole webbing leading to the water.
Huh.
And you will be able to see it hunt.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
Huh.
it's the king baboon.
Yeah, maybe down the road I'll do one, but again, like snake room probably isn't the best room to keep a tarantula. It'd be too warm in here. I don't know. I'd have to find a spot. How warm is your snake room or your room normally?
My room it stays at okay. I know a lot of people don't like it hot, but me, I have a certain blood type condition where I need heat. So I like to consider myself as a snake. So I keep it here 80, 85. So tarantulas they can survive Armageddon. They'll be fine in hot and not too cold, but they can do fine in the cold.
Okay.
But I have my temperature between 80.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shouldn't be fine then. Then I could definitely like set something up. Like I even have the shelf space here.
Yeah.
Or something over there. But yeah, maybe do something in the future. It doesn't take up much space, but
Right.
yeah, I would definitely want to have something along those lines that digs and then is potentially a good webber as well. Even the jumping spiders really intrigue me. That might be a good option because they do a little bit of webbing too, and they're really like personable, in a sense. They like get to know you and
Yeah.
kind of like want to interact with you. So and there's like a ton of really cool variations of them. So maybe I'd start with that first.
Yeah, did you know that the males don't really web as much as the females?
Oh, okay.
And another fact is that they have the same brain capacity as a dog.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've wanted to I've seen them around my house at times, and I'm like, I wonder if I should just like put him in a little container and feed him, and I don't know, but yeah, then I just let him go, and that's it.
Well, if you want a tarantula, come to me and I'll give you one.
I'm sure you have plenty to spare.
Yeah.
That's the convenient thing. Like you don't need much room at times, especially if you have a bunch of slings that you're growing up,
Yeah.
So
do I have any falsorios? I think I have one falsorio. And get this, the name. B. Limpopo. That's the name. The scientific name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Well, if I come Sunday, maybe you can show me some stuff and I can think about it.
Yeah, I want to introduce you to some people too. And I don't know if you know him or if you heard of him, Tom Patterson.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, so you know him?
I don't. I know of him, but that's
okay.
That's because of watching Tarantula Cat videos.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I know the name, but I've never met him.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I will introduce you to him. We are actually in a breeding partner thing because he gave me a Goliath bird eater.
Nice.
Yeah, so he said if she has babies, my female, if she has babies, he wants the babies, and I'm gonna my half. I'm gonna give them to a few of my friends, and so I'm excited. Hopefully,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I hope to see you on Sunday. Hopefully.
Yes.
And everyone else, thank you for being here. Go at 9:00 to watch RWO since it's Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday.
Yeah.
And we will catch you there. I will be in the chat. And Pete, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. And now we will end it. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye.